Hey guys, so earlier today I went and saw the French film Elle, Elle. That's how it's spelled for people I don't know about this movie. Um, this was a movie that I tried to go see before the Oscars happened this past Sunday. I'm seeing this on Wednesday, but as I pointed out in a few videos ago, my movie theater decided not to play this movie, and there's only two times for this movie playing, and it's like at 12:30 in the afternoon and 3:30 in the afternoon. And unfortunately, when I'm working, I work pretty much 6 days a week, and when I'm working, I don't get off till like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So there was like no way I was going to see it on a day I was working. So today was my only day off. So I was like, all right, I'll go see this movie. And it was leaving the movie theater after tomorrow. So I was like, I gotta go see this. I This is a movie that I didn't know much about other than what I've heard about it. It had kind of a reputation for the subject matter that the movie had in this film. I knew going in it was about a girl getting raped, and it was kind of a revenge flick, and that's pretty much all I knew. And also that it was being directed by Paul Verhoeven. Now, most of the people probably going, who the fuck is Paul Verhoeven? Why should I care? When you hear his filmography, you kind of will go, what the fuck? Like I did when I heard that he was making this. He's the guy who made the original RoboCop, original Total Recall, the original Starship Troopers, which is one of my favorites, Basic Instinct, and of all fucking things, Showgirls. Yeah, that guy is making, Paul Verhoeven is making a movie about rape. A woman getting raped, and I'm like, oh, that's just weird. And like I said, and this was actually kind of funny because this movie is, and I knew this movie going in was in French, and it was going to be in subtitles, but I was kind of surprised my movie theater got it because we rarely ever get foreign language films. The last time I got a foreign language film at my movie theater was probably The Raid 2, which I did see, and I love that movie. So I'm like, all right. And, man, that was one fucked up movie. That's all I can fucking say about that. I knew little other than it's a movie about, like I said, a woman getting raped and her getting revenge, and that's about it. But I did not expect that fucking shit. I kid you not. This movie is one of the most fucked up movies I've seen in a movie theater ever. Now, I've seen a lot of messed up movies outside of the movie theater, like Serbian film, Cannibal Holocaust, name a few others, but this is the first time in the movie theater I sat there going, this movie is fucked up. But like, I yelled at in the middle of the movie. Like, I was the only, first off, I saw this at 12:30 in the afternoon. Only person in the movie theater, which I don't know what that says about me being in the middle of a movie theater all by myself watching a movie about a woman who gets raped and gets revenge and all this other fucked up shit that goes on in this thing. And I'm sorry for the language, by the way. But I will say this is a good movie, though. This is a very good movie. But by God, I'm gonna have to take some time for me to figure out whether I like this movie or not. It's not forgettable. I will never forget this movie theater experience. This is something it's not boring, I'll say that. I was never bored while watching this. Isabella Huppert, she was the one that got the Oscar nomination for Best Actress for this film. And she's the main actress who gets raped literally the rape scene happens first scene in the movie. I shit you not. jumps right into it. I'm like, okay, just might as well just get right into the fucking thing, I guess. Why not? It's not, but I've said this as far as films go, like the films that deal with this subject matter, that is like one of the most uncomfortable things to watch in a movie theater is a rape scene. But this was done not so horribly as some other rape scenes out there in film have. But she is good in this movie. I've heard that a lot of feminists are kind of pissed off about her portrayal of a rape victim in this. And I can see why some would be mad, and I'll talk about that in a second. But she is really good. Like, she portrays a different kind of rape victim, and the fact that pretty much as soon as that happens, and as soon as it's over, and as soon as her assailant leaves, she just carries on for a day, takes a bath, carries on with her day, like acts like nothing fucking happened, and it's kind of disturbing, and also like her performance is like disturbing, but also just I really enjoyed her performance in this movie. She's definitely really good in this thing. Very, very memorable. Jesus, this movie deals with so much. Like, her character does not go to the police. I'll give this movie credit because like at the beginning of the movie, she doesn't go to the police, doesn't report it. She only comes out and says something about it to her friends, and they even say, why don't you report it to the police? But they do give a kind of good explanation as to why, as you find out through flashbacks that her dad was a fucking murderer who murdered like 27 people or whatever, and then proceeded to come home and burn all his clothes and all his belongings, and she helped him as like a 4-year-old. She kind of helped him, or I forget how old she was. She might have been 14 or something like that. She might have been older. Yeah, she might have been 14. I can't remember off the top of my head. But she helped him and like burn stuff. And when the journalist and the police came by, they took pictures of her like covered in ashes alongside with her father, and it made her look like a psychopath along with her father. And she doesn't want to report this to police, and then there'd be journalists coming to her house constantly, police coming to her house constantly, knowing her history of her family history and everything else. I will give them credit on like kind of like addressing that and kind of giving her a good reason why she doesn't go report this to the police. I can kind of understand why. That's not the fucked up shit. Like, that's not even covering half the fucked up shit. There's also subplots with her son is married to this girl, or is in a relationship with a girl that the mom doesn't fucking like, and the girl's pregnant, and when the baby, and this is my favorite part of the whole movie, the baby is born, and halfway through the movie, and it's noticeably has darker skin than a normal white person would. That almost sounds horribly racist, and his best friend comes along, who's also is also black, and when they see this dark skinned baby, they're like, the mom goes, well, I think we're gonna need a DNA test. To which everybody else seems okay with the baby having darker skin than normal, but she's the only one who actually goes, yeah, I think this is not your kid, dude. Yeah, right? I feel like I feel like something's wrong here, but apparently the son's a little bit of a dumbass. That was kind of funny. That made me kind of laugh. Man, I guess, also she's basically sleeping with her best friend's husband. Also, there's a subplot of that. Her mom is dating a younger guy who every time she comes in, the younger guy's naked and shit like that. It's very fucking weird. And she has a very bad relationship with her mother. A really fucked up relationship with her mother, actually. And of course, her fucked up relationship with her father, who's like in life, has been sentenced to life in prison. To which the conclusion to that storyline with her relationship with her father was really fucked up. I'm not even gonna get into spoilers about that. Like, that was pretty fucked up. That was a really fucked up ending. But I will kind of get. I do gotta kind of get into spoilers. I'm gonna forewarn you. I'm gonna get into spoilers because there's something I do want to talk about. Because this has to be talked about when reviewing this movie. So if you don't want to know what, a major spoiler going ahead, stop watching this now. Okay, everybody stopped watching? Alright. So, an hour into this movie, you do find, like, the running story is that her rape assailant is basically harassing her, sending her, like, really lewd texts, like, really, like, oh, you were very tight for an older woman. That's like, just really the nicest thing that he says, sends her, honestly. Like, there's also a scene where he just breaks in and, I'm not shitting here, fucking jizzes on her bed. There's no sugarcoating it. That's where I was like, fuck, what the fuck is up with this movie? I think that was exactly where the point. But when I thought, okay, this movie can't get any more fucked up, an hour into this movie, like, with an hour left of this movie, they reveal who the rape assailant. You find out who the rape assailant is, and I was like, okay. I was actually kind of shocked by that. Like, you find this out with an hour left of this movie. I figured that would be like that you wouldn't find out until the very end of the movie with, like, the big reveal. And honestly, it's no surprise who it is. If you've seen the trailers or if you're watching the movie, you can kind of figure it out on your own. And I won't reveal who it is. But where this movie kind of lost me a bit, and it makes me kind of question whether I like this movie or not, is when you find out who the rape assailant is, she then proceeds to have a ongoing romantic relationship, kind of like a sexual relationship with the rape assailant. I kid you not. This is what really happens in the movie. And I don't know what the fuck was the point, like, why that needed to be put in there. It's like, well, this is definitely taking a turn I did not fucking see happening. Also, there's a scene later on in the movie where they basically have sex where they're reenacting her being raped. I don't know what to say about that. Like, what kind of fucking message are you going with there, movie? Like, are you trying to do woman empowerment or something like that? How the fuck is that empowering the women? I don't know. That she has control over the right. I don't know. I have fucking no clue what message this movie's trying to portray, but whatever. This is fucked up, man. Like, I'll say this, it went a lot of different directions I didn't think it would go. I will say that. It kept me on my fucking toes. Other than, like, the reveal of who the rapist is, that was the only really predictable thing about it. Other than that, there's nothing about this movie that is predictable. Like, it just gets into fucked up territory. And I'm trying to think, is there any subplot that I'm missing? I'm thinking there's some other subplot I'm missing that was really, really crazy. Well, but I was like, what? By the end of this movie, I was just like, what the hell did I watch? And like I said, I will not forget this movie ever. I don't know if I recommend this because of the subject matter. It's pretty messed up. if this movie sounds like your kind of cup of tea, then yeah, go ahead. It's honestly up into the point where you find out who the rape assailant is and stuff like that. It is a really good thriller. It is actually a really good thriller. Like it's kind of creepy and I'm like because like throughout the movie you're kind of like, okay, because she starts like learning how to shoot a gun and starts getting mace or pepper spray and kind of gets like an axe, kind of gets weapons and shit like that. And like, okay, maybe this is gonna become like a revenge flick. And I was like kind of all on board because of all the horrible things this rapist was sending her and stuff like that. I was kind of all on board for it, but then it took that completely left fucking turn out nowhere that I don't know. It's like I don't know what to think about this movie. I don't know whether to even recommend this movie. It's one of those, if this sounds like your cup of tea, which I highly doubt from what I'm saying, some people will go, what the hell did you watch this for? And again, I can't wait. My day off of work. My day off of work. I finally have a day off of work. And somebody at work tomorrow will go, what did you do on your day off? Oh, just the usual, go see a movie about a woman being raped and end up having a sexual relationship with her fucking rapist, and I'm sure that will go over well. What the man? Luckily, this week we got before I fucking forget, this has to be talked about. I have to talk about this. I hope people are still watching this review of what the weirdest part of this whole goddamn movie theater experience wasn't the actual movie. It was the trailers I got in front of this. I am not kidding when I say this. I don't know if my movie theater didn't know what this movie was about, or checked the rating for this movie, or just didn't know what the fuck to put in front of this movie as far as trailers. Because I got kids trailers for this in front of this movie. Kids trailers. I am not kidding. I got a Despicable Me 3 trailer in front of this right before the movie started. I did get like a Dunkirk trailer that was like, but a fucking Despicable Me 3 trailer in front of a movie about a woman who gets raped. What world am I living in? I can't make this shit up. I have a feeling this might be one of my favorite reviews ever. This was the weirdest experience in a movie theater I've had in a long time. And I'm not gonna forget about this for a while, but I'll be back in a few days, maybe tomorrow. I might go see Logan tomorrow. I know there's that movie Before I Fall 2 coming out. Before I Fall, that's coming out. But I do really want to see Logan maybe first thing. I don't know. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. But until then, I don't know whether to recommend Elle, but whatever. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.